Hey guys, it's Mr. C, helping you prepare for your quiz tomorrow. I'm sorry we can't be in class, but as you know, we're teaching our face-to-face classes. So anyway, your assignment for today is the quiz review that you see in front of you. Okay, so let's just do it. I mean, you guys are watching the video, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the odd-numbered problems with you. And then you guys do the even ones, and then if you have any further questions and you want to ask us at the beginning of class tomorrow, you can do that. All right. So anyway, let's start with the real world examples here, right? There will be a question on the quiz asking you about real world examples, right? Just do the ones we did in class, right? Or who knows? It might even be multiple choice. But anyway, so real world example, right? What do? We started with we had our investment value. Right, so Y is the investment value, so you want to explain that or write that down. Maybe you write investment value. We started with $10,000, right? We had the multiplier, which is 1 plus our interest rate, right? And then we had, this was the number of years, right? So what we want you to do is just explain in your writing, what is all this stuff? So this is investment value. Sorry about my terrible handwriting, right? This is the starting point. Right, this is the multiplier, right, or the 1 plus your interest rate. The other example that we used, and exponential decay, right? Keep in mind, there's more than one example. I'm just going with the stuff that you guys used in class, right? Remember, you crank back 3 Monster Energy drinks, right? This was the initial caffeine, right? And then we had the half-life, 0.5 or 1/2, right? Anything between 0 and 1, right? And this was the Y was the total amount of caffeine you have at any given time. This is the number of half-lives, which each was like 4 hours. And I think it was 4 hours each one. Anyway, that was those are 2 examples that we used in class. Hey, if you want to use those same ones or remember those ones, great. Okay, now what we did, the theme of the week was solving exponential equations. So what we did was we broke it down step by step. So I guess questions 3, 5, and 7, we're just doing each one of those steps, right? So number 3, the simplest one is rewriting logs as exponents, right? We say, ride the scorpion, ride the scorpion. 14 to the second power equals 196. And that's it. That's just, these 2 things mean the exact same thing. I'll even write that. Same thing. Same thing. Just like 3 times 4 and 3 plus 3 plus 3 are the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing, right? So then, we're asking you to do the reverse here, right? So in this case, you're rewriting an exponent as a logarithm, right? So we got a log, we got a base, right? And if it helps you, like literally write what these things are, right? The base goes in the bottom. Makes sense the base would go on the bottom, right? The exponent becomes the answer, right? It makes sense because the whole reason we're learning this is that's a tool for help us solve for the exponent, right? And if you ever want to check if you got it right, ride the scorpion, ride the scorpion. I'll just write exponent here so there's no confusion. All right. So anyway, I'm leaving the evens ones there because I got to give you something to do for homework. And again, this is a video, so if you guys need to pause it or go back, you can always do that. Okay, now, next one, use the calculator to approximate each of the nearest thousands. Okay, so basically what this is actually saying, right? This is saying 4 to what power equals 16. So you look at that, some of you guys will say, oh, it should be 2. And you're right, right? But we can't always come up with an exact answer like that. Like sometimes with 8, there's no exact, it's a decimal that you're going to have. But it's okay. We're not afraid of decimals because we have a calculator. So what we're going to do is we make this into a fraction. Log 16 divided by log 4, right? So we got log, clear this, log 16 is 1.204. Log 4 is 0.602. And if you're wondering, how did I know that? How did I know that? Well, I knew it. I didn't. I typed it in the calculator. And so that's what you do. There will be a question where that is all you have to do is just make this into a fraction of 2 logs and use your calculator to solve it. Just like there'll be a question where you have to, rewrite the log. It'll probably be multiple choice anyway. But anyway, now we're going to run the table. Now we're actually going to solve these things. Now, this one was actually a typo, right? E is just a button in your calculator. I think it's like 2.87 or something like that. But anyway, let's pretend that isn't here. I am going to give you a freebie. I'm actually going to do one from your homework. So I figure that's the least I can do if I give you a typo on the homework. So anyway, let's do this, right? So first I'm going to rewrite this as a log, right? So kind of reverse the scorpion here, right? So again, the base 12, the exponent, right? This number here, right? And if you're ever wondering, a few ways to remember it. I like to ride the scorpion. Ride the scorpion, right? But you could also say to yourself, well, the base should be the base, right? A little number on the bottom should be the little number on the bottom, and the exponent will now be the answer. What that allows us to do is that allows us to actually solve for this thing, right? Log 7.5, log 12. Okay, I can use my calculator here. Log 75. Okay, so that is 1.875, and then log 12. And all I'm doing, literally on my calculator, I'm doing log 12. Some people have calculators where you might have to type 12 and then log. I guess depends on your calculator. But if you use our class recommended Desmos scientific calculator, this is how you will be doing it. People always ask me, but what about my calculator? How does my calculator work? And I say, I don't know. It's your calculator. I know I should have a better answer for that, but there's so many calculators out there. I don't know how yours works. It's either you hit log 75 or you hit 75 log. I mean, either way. But the truth is, if you use the officially sanctioned Desmos.com scientific calculator, then you'll do log 75. And that's why we recommend a certain calculator, just so we can, be speaking the same language when we're helping you use your calculator. Okay, so now 11 and 13 are a little different here, because what we need to do is we need to get that base with the exponent all by itself, right? We need to do that first, right? So in order to do this, right, we got to get rid of that loose change. Here it's that 9. So 2b equals, I think that's 26, right? Now, I need to be able to solve for that exponent, right? And as you guys know, the way I can do that is I could use a log, right? I could rewrite this as log base 2, right, of 26 equals b. And if I was wondering, did I do that right? I don't know. Let's see. Ride the scorpion. Yep, 2 to the b power equals 26, right? The base is the bottom. The exponent becomes the answer, right? Now, the answer is going to be, let's see, if 2 to the 4th is 16, 2 to the 5th is 32, I think it's going to be between 4 and 5. That's my guess. Right? And I mean, is it a guess or do I know? Well, I know. But I don't know the exact answer. And since this is math class, math teachers, they always want exact answers. So, okay, we'll give it to them. Go ahead. Sure, Miss McNally. We'll give you an exact answer if that's what you want. Log 2. Okay, 0.301. We tell you we want exact answers, but you guys know we just want you to show that you're trying hard, really, when it comes down to it. And the truth is, it's probably a multiple choice quiz anyway. 470, 4.70. It is between 4 and 5, just like we predicted it would be. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing over here, but this time instead of undoing subtraction with addition, we're going to undo multiplication, because that negative 9 is being multiplied. And so we are going to do that with division. And so I think it's at 1.89 or something like that. I think so. All right. And so now what I need to do is I need to rewrite this as a log, right? So I'm going to do that. So I got log base 9 of 1.89 equals b. Now, if you're wondering, did I do that right? Ride the scorpion. Ride the scorpion. Yep, that's correct. So now I know I can make this into a fraction, right? Log 1.89 divided by log 9. Okay, so again, I'll use my calculator. Log 1.89. Okay, that's 0.276. And then log 9 equals 0.954, and 0.276 divided by 0.954, and it ends up being 0.289. Okay, now I think that's right. Well, because I did all the math. But the other reason I think this is right is because I know 9 to the 0 power is equal to 1. 9 to the second power is equal to 81. Right? So I know that, well, it's going to be between 0 and 1, and it is. So that's why I'm very confident with that answer. All right. Anyway, I guess if you guys can always pause things, rewind things, so I guess I can kind of go as fast as I want to. I don't need to worry that. I don't need to like stop and stuff. I'm going to keep rolling, you guys. So here, sketching the graph. Now, the truth is, on your quiz, you will probably just have to identify the graph in a multiple choice situation like this. And two things you should ask yourself, right? Is it exponential growth or decay? And we're talking exponential growth, right? So I know, okay, A is in the running. B, definitely wrong. C is in the running. D, definitely wrong. See what I got? A 2-horse race just by recognizing that since the multiplier is bigger than 1, it's going to grow. The other thing I like to do is the starting point. Well, here the starting point is 2, and it should be 5. Here the starting point is 5. Oh, hey, I got my answer, C. Right, so those two things should be enough for you to be able to get the right answer in a multiple choice test. Okay, number 16, it's exponential decay because this is between, well, smaller than 1. It's between 0 and 1, I should say. Right? So I know B is definitely wrong because it's got to be exponential decay. The other thing that helped me so much in the last problem is what's the starting point? Oh, well, it's 2, so A's wrong. Oh, C's looking good. Okay, I really hope that D does not have a starting point at 2. It doesn't, because then I would have to start like plotting actual points and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that, and you won't have to do that on your quiz either. So anyway, that is the other thing. So at this point, we're kind of done with everything for the regular, typical math student. Now for the extra credit or honors. And I'll tell you what, if you've watched this far in the video, you deserve to hear me explain how to do the honors problems. So what I need to do here is I need to get 12 to the p power all by itself, right? Now, there's a couple steps before I get there, right? So whereas the regular problems that we had last page, right, you just had to do one step. Now I got to do 2, but that's it. It's just one extra step, really. So now I got negative 2 times 12 to the p power equals negative 44. Okay, now what I got to do is get rid of that times negative 2 by dividing by 2. All right, and now I have an equation that I could solve, right? Ride the scorpion, right? Log base 12 of 22 equals p. If I was ever not sure, let's see, if I ride the scorpion, do I get back to where I started? Yes, I do. Now, my prediction is that my answer is going to be between 1 and 2. The reason I'm saying that is because 12 to the first power is 12, and 12 to the second power is 144. So this is going to be between that, probably closer to 1. Let's find out if I'm right. So log 22 divided by log 12. Let's see. So we got log 22 equals 1.342. And log 12, let's see. So we got log 12 is 1.079. Okay, 1.342 divided by 1.079 equals 1.24. Okay, what I would have predicted, right? It's gonna be more than 1 because 12 to the first power would have been 12, but it's not gonna be nearly 2 because 12 to the second power is 144. Okay. Anyway, just like our regular problems, just an extra step. Now this one, it seems to get students more confused, but really, you're going to solve for the exponent, and then at the very end, you're going to divide by 1.9. On this one over here, you're going to solve for the exponent. At the very end, you're going to subtract by 6. So anyway, just treat it as if that is like an x, until it's all over, right? Until you do that final step. So get that multiplied by -2 away. So now we have 7 to the power of 1.9n equals 41. Okay, now I'm going to write the scorpion. Log base 7, 41 equals 1.9n. Okay, if I wanted to check, write the scorpion. Yep, I'm back where I started. Okay, so now log 41, right? Log 41 divided by log 7. Okay, log 41 equals 1.613. Okay, log 7 is 0.845. Okay, so I say 1.613 divided by 0.845 is 1.90. Okay, 1.90. Oh, actually, it's kind of 1.91. Actually, 1.909 actually is what it is, if I want to get technical. Okay, but the thing I got to remember is that I did not solve for n. I solved for 1.9n. Right? So now I got to take it that one last step. Right? Divide by that 1.9. And n equals, what is it, like 1.01 or something like that? Very, very close to 1. Okay. So anyway, this concludes this video. Good luck on your quiz tomorrow. Remember, if you have any questions, please ask at the very, very beginning of class. Once you guys start rocking and rolling on that quiz, we're not going to be answering questions most likely. So anyway, good luck on your homework. Do those even problems, and I will see you tomorrow.